Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Tales of Food. Today we will be starting chapter 3. And the meaning of this title is Ouyang Fireworks Night. Ouyang meaning 5 sheeps. It has a legend and quite a long wiki page, so I'll just leave the link in the description below. Anyway, we will be reading number 1 and 2, and the meaning of this title is Flames Devouring the Long Street. My name is Livy, so let's get started. Leng Zai, bring 1 basket of crystal prawn dumplings. Oh wait, and also 1 basket of chicken feet, 1 basket of steamed pork ribs, 1 basket of siu mai, 1 basket of steamed pork bun. So Leng Zai is dialect meaning handsome boy, and the basket here means Har Gow. Har Gow is the Cantonese pronunciation. The Chinese one would be Xia Jiao, but I never really used the Mandarin pronunciation. I only heard it with Har Gow. And at the back here, this should be quite familiar, which is char siu bao. And this one, siu mai, is I think what would be the most common mental image when you say dim sum.
少主，点这么多，会不会吃不完？若是浪费食物，食言。
小猪, ordering so many, can you finish it all? If you waste food nightmares. Be at ease. I will definitely give you a clean plate. How could I, the magnificent Kong Sang Xiaozhu, waste food? Besides, I'm really hungry right now. A trip to Guangzhou is rare, so it only makes sense that one ought to come to a local tea house to experience the Cantonese-style custom of drinking morning tea. Drinking morning tea, which is in between the quotation marks. I never heard it in a Mandarin pronunciation, but I think the most common term may be yam cha. Yam cha is usually done with dim sum, which is why our character here is eating dim sum. People are now using the word yam cha as like a slang for tea time or let's get a snack, get a drink. It's a pity that for Tiao Chiang, Xiao Sun, De Zhou and also Ah Fu had to stay at the restaurant, unable to experience this Cantonese-style dim sum. Or when it's time to go back, we can take away some for them.
待少主将来自广府的食魂带回空桑，大家自然能吃到美味的粤式点心了。
Once Xiao Zhu brings Canton food source back to Hongsang in the future, everyone will naturally be able to eat delicious Cantonese dim sum. What you say is right. Then let's quickly move out chopsticks. Hot steaming bamboo baskets containing exquisite dim sum arise right before my eyes. The me whose stomach is rumbling with hunger immediately picks up my chopsticks and went all out into battle.
少主，吃慢些，别噎着。
Xiao Zhu, eat slowly, don't choke. The sound effects translated quite perfectly. A loud noise sounds from the outside. Even the tea shop couldn't help but rumble from the shock and shake quite a few times. I think I might have to address this tea house translation. It is also can be translated as a dim sum restaurant, even though you can just see chalo. I suffered a fright, falling abruptly from the stool and onto the floor, forced to gulp down a crystal prawn dumpling whole after having just placing it into my mouth.
少主，
Xiao Zhu. That's the translation.
少主，怎么？
Xiao Zhu, what? Choke! Fu Geng uses force to slap my back, and I spit out a crystal prawn dumpling from my mouth. Outside? What's going on outside?
胡庚替您出去看看情况。
Fu Geng will go out and take a look at the situation on your behalf.
烤乳猪
Karuzu meaning Roasted Suckling Pig. Ah yes, and his character's name is Har Gow that we just ate.
你给我站住
Stay where you are.
哼！我堂堂天罚之焰，火雨之王，烈火丹心守护者，永焚者，烈焰降生火之朱棣，是你能够命令的吗？
Oh my god. I, the magnificent flames of heavenly punishment, king of the flaming wings, raging inferno loyally protecting, the one who burns eternally, the raging flames born of the collective emperor's fire. Are you capable of commanding? I genuinely don't know what this chunibyo is trying to say, and dictionaries can only help so much. I tried my best. Especially the last part about raging flames born of the collective emperor's fire. I really don't know what that is. The only closest thing I can think of is Tanaka from Danganronpa's 4 Dark Divas of Destruction. It's something like that, but with fire. And emperors instead of hamsters.
下脚，不要再试图靠近我，否则你会被这烈焰所伤。
Xia Jiao, do not further attempt to approach me. Otherwise, you will be hurt by these flames. And I want to emphasize this Xia Jiao is not Har Gow's Xia Jiao. It is Xia Jiao. It is Har Gow's alias, and I will pronounce it differently just to make it easier. Kaoruzu. Roasted Suckling Pig, a surviving 8 treasures of ancient time. Raging flames birth collective emperors again. I don't know what it's trying to say. Ranked 8th among the 8 treasures for banquets in ancient time. Was rumored to be born from within a fire accident. He whose jacket lapel is covered with the flaming pig head motifs seems to possess the extraordinary powers of delusion. Okay, so story time for Roasted Suckling Pig's origin. If you don't like it, just skip ahead to the story. I'll leave the link to the essay that I found into the description as well, so you can read the full essay if you like. Anyway, this story came from the essay of Charles Lamb under A Dissertation upon Roasted Pigs. Bobo, the son of swineherd Hoti, was playing with fire and burned their home down together with 9 pigs. While Bobo was thinking of what to say to his father because the father was away at the time, he smelled something he had never smelled before and followed it to the corpses of the burned pigs. He reached out his hand to check if the pigs were alive, but he burned his hand, and by instinct he put his fingers into his mouth, and from there he tasted the skin of roasted pig for the first time, and it was so delicious that he started to eat the pigs and could not stop. And while Bobo was eating the corpses of the roasted pig, his father, Hoti, came back and was angry at Bobo for not only burning the house down but for also eating the pig corpses. Bobo convinced his father to try and taste the pig as well, and the father ended up falling in love with the taste as well, and they both ate the pigs. And then after that incident, of course they didn't tell anybody, but the neighbors or people that lived around the father and son started to notice that their house began to burn down more and more often, meaning that after that incident, they tried to replicate it. And eventually, when the neighbors found out what they were doing, they were brought to court. When the jury asked to try the roast pork, the jury loved it as well. The father and son were let off while the judge was unhappy about this conclusion. But soon after, the judge's house also mysteriously caught fire. Then other houses also began to catch fire one after another, and there were just fire happening everywhere all over the district. And this is the rumored origin of Roasted Suckling Pig.
生来便是烈焰之子，却没有能力控制身上的火焰。这或许便是上天降于无身之罪孽，让我永世不得与他人亲近。
I was born a child of the flames, but do not have the capability to control the flames on my body. This is perhaps the sin that the heavens have casted upon me, preventing me from ever getting close to others.
嘀嘀咕咕讲些什么呢？你炸了我的茶楼，我跟你拼了！你赔我的茶楼！
What are you muttering about? You exploded my tea house. I'll fight you. Compensate my tea house. Crystal prawn dumplings. 12 pleats of clear skin, soreness and resounding. Remembers with gratitude the kindness of the tea house owner. He continues to shine light on a passing dream. Those days and nights with the sound of a beautiful and loud singing voice. Is it possible for him to find a life that is his own? So yes, this is a he. Har Gow gives chase. Kaoruzu turns around and runs.
前面那位狗狗仔，快帮我抓住他！对，就是那个浑身冒着火焰的狂徒。
That older brother ahead. Quickly help me catch him. That's right. It's that madman with the flames all over from head to toe. And that's it for part 1, so let's get to part 2. stop it! Walking out of the tea house, a complete mess of a street can be seen. Overturned vendor stalls, messy goods scattered all over the place. Everywhere in all directions are facing the danger of the battle's remaining fire. What's the point of fighting on the streets? If a passerby gets hurt, what will... Ah! Before I could finish what I was saying, a loose plaque suddenly fell, landing a direct hit on the poor, innocent old me.
少主，
Xiao Zhu! And yeah, that's it for part 1, part 2. So my name is Livy. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. I'll see you next time.